like the color of our eyes, the color of our body, the height, and many other. Fishal, for example, many of these things that we have, many diseases that we have in our heart with different organs that behave like that, they are so complicated. These are called polygenic inheritance. It's very, very important. We have no time. Okay? And it's not in the center of our discussion of the topic. In the opposite of this one, sometimes one single gene may contribute in different phenotype, may have role in different phenotypes. But regularly speaking, most of these type of genes behave like this, that they make a major effect and they have several minor effects. So, for example, you are a teacher. This is for example, I'm a professor. This is my main job. But I'm going to many different meetings, for example, I'm doing other stuff, other things maybe, but they are 10%, 20, 30%. But the main person of my business is to teach, to do research, right? To guide students, and so on. So these genes have a main role, a major effect, or a main role. At the same time, they have, and this is not a bad business. They must behave like that. This is normally work. They have to work like that. Okay, so you understand that the story is very complicated, very nice, and extremely attractive. Because geneticists in the whole world, they are very happy because what they are doing sooner or later will come to the benefit of a human being, inshallah. So we are not just talking, we are not chatterbox. We're doing some useful thing. If the bastard or the requirement for being a useful teacher or scientist be prepared, not like, for example, in my country that today the dollar behaves like that. No, it's in a stable situation with enough budget like Japan. But we will do our best, and we are happy that some countries like Japan, they are doing a good job. That doesn't matter. We call it in Farsi Hashiya. Don't go to Hashiya, okay? I have been in the United States for 7 years. I got my PhD from Michigan State University years ago, but many students like you, are you from Japan? No, from Korea. Are you from? No, I'm from Taiwan. Are you from? So all these people are like each other, you know. So it's not bad. Genetically, it's good. But Iranian, for example, people, or even Arab people in the area, they have a little more differences between the individual people. And there are some genetics reason and environmental and cultural reason for that. But both are good. Both are extremely good. Okay. Let's continue. So, and the third gene are regulatory gene. Deliberately, I am not reading all the word because we have to spend time. So, and have lots of things to tell you. So, regulatory genes are extremely, extremely important. Let me just, for one example, pay your attention to this subject. How many types of cells you have? An individual human being, how many types of cells? Okay, 200 at least. Each of us have 200 different types of cells, which make different organs and all these things. And how many cells we have? Okay. We are happy that we all believe in God. All these genes, we believe that all these genes have 46 chromosomes. All these cells, excuse me, all these cells. But it means that 21,000 structural genes and all other genes are located within any single cell. But why? But we see in practical, we see in some cell, for example, only 17 of those genes are working. The rest are sleeping. Lala. In the second cell, you see 37, for example. In the other, 150. How disorganized during this extremely complicated situation. Why this is the case and how this works, how this organized in an extremely regular manner through the process of regulation. So regulation of the gene are extreme. Genes also regulate other genes, or each gene, we have some example that is an individual gene at the same time produce some product, okay? And also that gene or other gene indicate that exactly at the time that body is needed, that product must synthesize in exact amount that the cell is needed. If not, tafrit, stop. Making too much of something or less much is not, everything is natural. This is the case. Are you familiar with bacteria? Bacteria is the second live gene after some viruses. So if you compare the genome of bacteria with human beings, we are extremely complicated and in the top, but the bacteria almost in the bottom. So in evolutionary speaking, okay? But even for bacteria, if you put it in a petri dish and there are some genes that are working for the life of bacteria. Genes that are working in bacteria called operon, lactose operon, and tryptophan operon, and etc. Those operon are cooperating in order to survive this bacteria and he doing his job. But a scientist in a petri dish, that bacteria is growing, for example, if we put 10 to the minus 12 gram sugar, if even we put 10 to the minus 12 gram, give me that much of sugar, it means 1 to 112 zero, this amount of a gram, nanogram, picogram. If you put this much of sugar in this petri dish that bacteria are working, right after that, he turned off his operon to the regulation, to the order of the God. Because bacteria tell us, I am not allowed to waste all energy. Somebody give me sugar, so I have to use that, not mine. It's a great message to us. Myself, I have tried too much, that water, I never, even one cc of the water, I never myself threw it away. I use it. I don't waste the water. We Iranian people and many other people, unfortunately, when they take a shower, this is one single example among millions of examples, just like a river. And we don't have water. Next decade will be the water. And bread as well. And wasting other things. And rice as well. We do respect to something and we release many other things, which is good things. And we call ourselves, we are Muslim. Muslim must be in all dimensions of human being. Each human being, each person must take care of all dimensions of his life, not only something. Look, lie. It's bad. It's extremely bad. But we do it, many of us. This bad. Bacteria and other things give us some information that human being, you are on the top. You are the best character of the God. God said, Tabarakallah ahsan al-khaliqin. You are the best. We are here. We doing according to all ordering by the God, but you have the choice to select good or bad. Please do your job good. Something like that. And you always trying to, you are pushing yourself to not doing, hopefully, inshallah, bad things, because you know all other animals are working together. All other things are making things just for human beings. Just for you and me. Because God wants to create the world like this. Okay. So these are very important. Let's go back to continue. This is the tree. This is a symbol of DNA, and the whole thing is a tree is molecular biotechnology. Molecular biotechnology is a science and technology field. But genetic engineering mainly is technology, technique.